All right, you guys, I did it. I got enough filmed to make a video for this week, which is great. I'm super excited. I was very stressed out and frustrated that I couldn't do one last time. So here I am this week, really coming down to the wire. Pretty much other than today, I didn't get much done. I got a couple TaskRabbit tasks done while the van was still pretty empty, so I could haul some things for people. Other than that, I preemptively installed the solar panels, which you'll see first. And then after that, I kind of staged and did a dry run with what I wanted the bed frame to look like. So you see all that, and then later on, we just get to what happened today.
Hey, I found 2 brackets. There, and there. So this really isn't going anywhere. I don't love this, but I guess there's gonna be a platform on top of here that kind of cover all that up. So that's all right. I just gotta figure out if I'm gonna try and put a beam down the middle here and how I'm gonna support that. And I'm knocking over nails. All right, so the back post is staged. I was able to attach these together to make like an L. A little bit of overlap. I'm gonna keep these here because I want to be able to access those. So there's nothing attaching these yet. Soon that'll be more flush. That's on both sides. And then here, I went the opposite way. So I laid a post this way. That way I've got 3 points of contact. So this is going across. This is pretty much flush. This is pretty much flush. So I'm gonna put holes through here on both sides. And then I'll get more brackets for here and here. Yeah. Same thing there. All right, so these guys are in, pretty tight. I'm obviously gonna put some legs underneath them eventually, but now I'm gonna fasten the outsides because that all should fit a full-size mattress. All right, back at it again. And try and put up the frame for the bed platform and see how that goes.
But what really happened this week was what happened today. So I'm just going to show you that kind of from start to finish, and I'll jump in when things need further explanation. But here we go.
It's kind of a different view, right? Well, today is going to be a big day. The day you're going to see this video is the day that I got it all done. Or at least the day that the video goes out is the day that I got it all done. That's the one I wanted. So I'm not sitting in my usual spot because there's a bunch of stuff here. We got the first battery. I think it's heavy. My Max Air fan. I got more solar
stuff, and like some tools and shit. But that means it all has to go in today. Because I'm tired of looking at it, and I'm tired of not getting anything done every week, so this is it. So here's a fun dilemma. While the van's been pretty empty, I've been using it for TaskRabbit to do a couple odds and end jobs and stuff, mostly hauling and helping people move. My job last night was to just pick up some couches. And now, I just have some couches that I don't need. So if anyone wants some couches that kind of smell like curry, hit me up. Alright, so up here on the van, I'm not quite sure, like this would be pretty much fixed in the middle, which is fine. But there's these grooves, and I'm not sure how I want to tackle that. Looks like most of these would fall into the tall part of the groove. But you can see, yeah, there's gonna be some areas where things don't quite fit, so I'm not sure if I want to try and just double up the seal on those areas. I don't know. Oh, I don't want to do it. I'm so nervous. Alright. Pile of hole one. Wow, that took a long time, but finally got this very snug in here. It's not coming out, but I still got a butyl tape around. I think I cut each side like 6 times. I started out very, very small and then worked my way in. And at some point I stopped really caring about going a little bit too big. But boy, was that a lot. All right. Now I'm gonna paint on some of this flex tape paste stuff. Yeah, flex paste. I bought like 5 different kinds of this stuff. I've got the spray on, got just the goop in a tube. I've got the kind of like beading one, and now I'm just gonna use this paint on around the edges to avoid the rust and stuff, and then put on the butyl tape and then install this frame. All right, so as you can see, put some butyl tape all the way around and made sure it was coming out once I drilled the holes and then tightened the screws on there. Just made sure stuff was popping out, so I knew that it was flush. Quick side note with that, I did end up kind of tripling up the butyl that went into the grooves. So there are those like U-shaped grooves basically. So everything, the space that was over the top here got one layer, and that was the continuous layer that went all the way through. And then I ripped another piece of butyl and folded it over and then sandwiched it on top. So that way it was like 3 layers high. And that's what I used to get into the grooves. It's a little bit of bowing on the inside here, but I think that might be okay. Other than that, it's a pretty tight fit, so I'm pretty happy with that. So drill the second hole. This is where the port, the solar panel cables is gonna go through. I'm gonna let this dry before I add this on and feed cables through. So right now, I take this off and I'm kind of just globbing it all on, hoping I can get somewhat of a clean line when I peel this off. Word of advice, if you're using that little shield thing for the solar panel cables, Make sure that it's staged and all good to go so that you can just fit through the wire and then tighten it up from the outside, because you don't want to have to try and tighten that inside area through a tiny hole into the inside of that like compartment. It just is way too hard to do. So do yourself a favor, set it up beforehand, make sure you know how it all works before you attach anything. Whew, there's a lot going on. Okay, so fed the wires through. Then I eventually got to set up the inverter just somewhere down there. But the wiring for the fan and the solar are coming through the van now, and I'm pretty sure I weather sealed everything. Now I'm rebuilding the bed frame, but I'm coating everything with Kills. To kind of make sure, give it a little bit extra water safety. All right, there's the major parts of the bed frame coated in primer, ready to go. I'm gonna give it an hour, gonna eat finally, and then maybe shower.
Got him!
Alright, just flip those over, do a second coat on the other side. Don't really care how good I get it. But now here comes the really, really anxiety-inducing part. I'm starting to hook the panels into the converter, or the controller, and the battery. And I touched them for a second. The battery does have a charge, so this is what makes me super nervous. And you see, I'm not like electricity guy. I don't know anything. I freaked out a second ago because I saw this light up, drop the other screw. Fuck. Where'd it go? Close the knife. Ah, there it is. Okay. .9 is what that says. 0 volts. Okay, so then, cool, because now I connect the solar panels into the charge controller, and that should charge the battery. I'm gonna see if that works, and if everything works, I'm just gonna disassemble it because I don't really need it, but I want to make sure. Mark these. In fact, I'm gonna do that. Black usually indicates negative, so I'm gonna do that. Okay. Nice. So I think now what I'm seeing is this light was off until a second ago when I turned on or finished installing the solar. So I think that means it's getting solar, it's going to battery. I don't know if this is a load out or anything, but yeah, that's probably what that is. So I wonder if I could turn on the fan with that. All right, battery, solar panels, charge controller, fan. Let's give it a shot. The fan is on! The fan is on! Thanks, buddy. Okay, that was incredibly riddling, whatever. But the solar panels work, so that's great. That's awesome. I'm gonna disassemble this
because I don't have a clear-cut way of how I'm going to do this. I need to make like a box or something to hold at least another battery, charge controller, the inverter. I need to figure out how that works. And then put up the bedpost, and then I'm done for the day. So put all this back together, reinforced here, here, then I added this guy to both sides as a way to kind of lay a beam across. Then I'm gonna have to figure out another way to do more stuff to reinforce this, because this is a bigger area than my last bed. So that's fine. And then, yeah, so all the wires are put away. I'm gonna refill this back up with all my supplies and stuff, get rid of trash. And that's it for today.
And there you have it. I did something this week, and I'm pretty damn excited about it. The solar panels draw energy. The battery has a charge. I know how to use the load, kind of, and then I have a plan from there.